The ART BMC Plus is Celling's second generation bone marrow concentrator and has the added bonus of an internal filtration system, allowing the user to collect growth factors. The function of that filter will be explained in the second half of this video. The kit comes with everything you see here: 3 35cc syringes, 1 35cc vac lock syringe, and your fluid path, as well as 2 female-to-female lure locks. Acquiring the marrow is done in the same way as the ART BMC. One of the 2 aspiration kits is going to be required. We load the device the same way we load the ART BMC. Remove the cap from port A. Maintain the sterility of the cap by linking it to the cap of the fluid path, which is then linked, screwed into port A. Screw the caps together. Unscrew the top cap. Bring the blood to the device. Again, use a constant pressure, not going too fast. The last 10 cc's are going to be the most important. You want to go slow as to not to overflow the device through the release valve. Once the device is loaded, remove the fluid path and discard it. Once you discard the fluid path, unscrew the caps, put the cap back to its original position on port A. Now weigh the device against the counterbalance and centrifuge. After the centrifuge has stopped and the blood has successfully fractioned into its 3 main components, the upper aqueous PPP, the lower red blood cell layer, and the middle buffy coat, get ready to process the blood. Start by unlocking all of your syringes. Pull them back from their original position and put them back. Once the syringes have been unlocked, you're ready to process the blood. Unscrew the cap from port B and attach your first syringe. Unscrew the cap from port C and screw in your second syringe. Now, we're also going to attach the vac lock syringe. You attach the vac lock syringe to the bottom port of the back filter. Once the syringe is on, pull back on the plunger and turn it clockwise to lock it in place. Again, we are going to remove the plasma by lowering the collection window. We do this by turning it counterclockwise in the down direction. The O-rings will emerge from the top area as the piston lowers. Our goal is to put the bottom O-ring on top of the buffy coat. And we do this by looking at it from a downward angle on the side. Once I am happy with my positioning, I will then begin to remove the plasma. Turn the lever to draw and start slowly pulling out your plasma. You will do this until you see air bubbles in your syringe. Now that I've gotten air bubbles, I know that I have removed all the plasma from the chamber. I now switch my lever to filter. The pressure caused by the vac lock syringe will immediately pull the plasma into the device. We will then finish this by pressing down on the syringe plunger and moving our fluid over to port C. Once this is done, we move the lever to neutral. Once we're in neutral, we then lower our collection window again. The goal for this collection is to put the top O-ring into the buffy coat and have it disappear. Again, you always want to look at the side and at a downward angle. When the top O-ring has successfully disappeared, I will move the lever to draw and pull my stem cells. Again, we want to do a forceful pull on this, being sure not to pull back all the way on the plunger, like so. I will then put the lever back to neutral and remove the syringe by pulling back on the plunger and unscrewing it. We have now successfully captured our stem cells. Now that I've removed my stem cells, I have removed the air from the syringe and capped it with one of the provided caps in the kit. This will ensure that it will maintain sterility. Now we want to process the rest of our PPP. Add the final syringe to port B. Switch the lever to filter and begin moving the contents of port C back to port B. Don't be alarmed if it comes out a little bit more red on the other side. There are some residual stem cells left in the chamber, and we are just picking those up. As I push the fluid from port B to port C, we begin to lose volume. As you can see, we are removing all of the saline from the blood. Once I've achieved my desired volume, I will put the lever back to neutral and remove the syringe by pulling back on the plunger and unscrewing the syringe. I now have my growth factor concentrate in a second syringe. If I desire to combine the two, I will then add one of the sterilely packaged female-to-female Lorlocks, attach it to the stem cell syringe, and now I can supplement volume by adding it to my stem cells, and it's ready to be injected or mixed with a bone graft of physician's choice.